The Philippine Embassy in Jordan confirms that the 21 Philippine government officials stranded in Israel amid the escalating Israel-Iran conflict have been safely evacuated. In a statement early Thursday, June 19, the embassy says it made formal representations to Jordan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Expatriates and the Jordanian border security to secure entry clearance for the officials. According to the embassy, the Philippine officials received the necessary assistance and transit visas upon reaching the border, at no cost to the Philippine government. It adds that the effort was made possible through close collaboration between the Philippine embassies in Tel Aviv and Amman. In the coming days, the Philippine Embassy in Jordan is also expected to receive the first group of overseas Filipino workers exiting Israel through Jordan. Earlier, the Philippine government expressed grave concern over the heightened tensions in the Middle East, calling for de-escalation and peace. On June 13, Israel launched airstrikes targeting Iran's nuclear and military sites. Iran fired back and called Israel's attacks a declaration of war. The Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board says a 1 peso increase in jeepney fares could be implemented in the first week of July amid the continued rise in fuel prices. In a television interview aired on Wednesday, June 18, LTFRB Chairman Teofilo Guades III says they are eyeing the approval of a 1 peso provisional increase until the first week of July. He says the agency is still waiting for a study from the Department of Economy, Planning and Development. Should the 1 peso increase be implemented, the minimum jeepney fare would rise to 14 pesos. According to Guades, the LTFRB has been reviewing fare hike petitions from jeepney groups since last year. Guades explains that they decided to revive the petition and grant the request for a provisional increase due to successive increases in fuel prices. Guades also says the possible 1 peso jeepney fare increase will apply to all public utility jeeps, whether modern or traditional. Meanwhile, Guades says the LTFRB is still reviewing the cost of the first 10 kilometers and the succeeding kilometers for provincial buses to determine the possible fare increase. On the other hand, city buses have withdrawn their petition for a fare increase due to the tight competition among public utility vehicles in Metro Manila. Global oil prices continue to rise amid the escalating tensions between Israel and Iran. The Commission on Elections 2nd Division is declaring Benny Abante as the duly elected representative of Manila's 6th District in the 2025 midterm elections. This comes after the division nullified the certificate of candidacy of Joey Uy. Uy's proclamation is now deemed annulled due to material misrepresentation. The division also ruled that the votes cast for Uy will be considered stray. In its resolution, the division considers Abante the only qualified candidate who garnered the highest number of votes. Abante lost his re-election bid to Uy in a tight race with a difference of about 1,300 votes. However, Comelec Chairman George Garcia says the decision of the 2nd Division is not yet final. In his petition, Abante alleged that Uy is not a natural-born citizen of the Philippines, thereby rendering his congressional candidacy invalid under the Constitution. The Constitution defines natural-born citizens as those who are citizens of the Philippines from birth without having to perform any act to acquire or perfect their Philippine citizenship. In his certificate of candidacy, Uy declared that he is a natural-born citizen born on March 15, 1962. Uy also declared he was born to a Filipino mother and a Chinese father. Uy's father acquired Philippine citizenship through naturalization when Uy was 5 years old. In its ruling, the division says Uy is at most a naturalized citizen and not a natural-born one. The division notes that he only acquired his citizenship after his father's naturalization. It says that Uy's declaration he is a natural-born Filipino citizen is wrong and constitutes material misrepresentation.